TikTok time to rock.
That's right, baby.
Hey, look, normally we would be, Kurt and I would have had about 10, 15 minutes, sometimes even half an hour of a chat in the green room, sort of preparing a little bit, going over a couple of the things for the show. But because I got caught in traffic, and yes, we do have traffic here in New Zealand. We do have traffic. We do have traffic jams, you know, it might be paradise to a T.
You're human. You're human.
Yeah. But we do have first world problems, traffic jams and traffic and all that. But look, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm going to let Kurt 5150 tell you why it's only two of us. And unfortunately, someone else should have been here, right. But we'll sort him out later.
Yeah. So two reasons why Andrew and I are on here tonight, gracing you guys with our presence. One. This weekend is a pretty big holiday for the 5150 show and the British Electric Blues channel. We stand on the fact that family comes first, business comes second, and then pleasure comes third. So with the way the dice fell, Saturday night, which is Andrew's time, which is our Friday night, he's probably going to be at church. So he asked if we could parlay the show to the following week due to Easter weekend. And of course, we didn't even bat an eye, and we thought that was a good idea to parlay it to next week. And then, so we decided to do a midweek show just so you guys know that we're still alive and kicking, and we're not, laid up somewhere in a den. So we thought we'd do a midweek show, kind of like we did last time we had to push the show. And we were going to highlight Brad Cook's brand new guitar that he picked up last week, being the ernieballmusicmanaxis. And we had everything lined up. And last minute, Brad had to step up and help someone out at work due to the national pandemic. He is running a double shift tonight, and he couldn't be here. So you guys are stuck with Andrew and I. I know we're not as good looking. We're not as in shape as Brad. We don't have cool hats like Brad. We don't have Marshall stacks behind us like Brad, but we're between the two of us, probably good enough.
Look, we've got to stop getting in this habit of making this head on Brad bigger than what it is. You know, we got to stop it. You know,
I know that beanie that he wears isn't going to fit him here pretty soon.
Oh, look, we'll get him on a midweek show because he's on this show long haul, and Kurt and I and Brad are going to be doing more of these shows, obviously. So when he finally jumps on and does a midweek show, we can give him a big round of applause. But brother, before we get into the show, we've had some people waiting for us. We've had a very good friend of the channel, Music Therapy Laz, and you and him correspond a lot on Discord. I think,
and Laz and I are we're going to be doing a show together in 2 days.
Awesome.
Thursday in the U.S., so it'll be Friday in New Zealand. We're going to do a mod a mod show talking about modern guitars and effects and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, we'll be doing a show on Thursday. So what's up, Laz?
Awesome. We'll get that out around the internet too, and on our Facebook groups and on our Instagram accounts once that show is up and running. We've got a link. We've got Nelson, another good friend of the channel. Warren, and very, very good friend of the channel, joining us. Hey guys, who else have we got here? Brian Spalding. I'll be talking to Brian soon about a couple of other things. Teresa from Brazil, thank you guys for hanging out with us.
What's up, Teresa?
This is the second midweek show we've done, Kurt.
Yeah. And last time we thought we'd be stretching for things to talk about, and we didn't have enough time.
Oh, look! I think, to be serious, if you've got a topic and you've prepared a little bit for it, there's always something to talk about. And, that's what we're here for, aren't we? The 5150 show is about Van Halen. It's about Eddie Van Halen. It's about all things EVH. And, it's a really, really good, brother, to see other channels picking up on the subject. Of course, the Johnny Bean show, the flamethrower, the nitrogen bomb that started it all. There's us.
He's the bushwhacker. He's trudged the trail for all of us.
Yeah. And then we've got Fruitgate Tony, and you're going to be doing something with music therapy Laz too. So can't wait. Let's take over the internet with Van Halen.
Yeah, we got Rob Johnson out there who wants to do something too. Man, I'm telling you, I'm not. I know we pumped up Brad's head earlier, but since I started this show, I've had like 3 or 4 people offer to do a show or want me to do a show with them, and as much as I wish I could, I can't. To me, this is kind of a stretch doing this as it is. I still got 3 kids living at home. My youngest daughter, she scored 110 today in golf. So her first round, she scored 120. Last week was 115, and then she scored 110 today. So she's drastically improving.
Oh man!
So as just having kids, you just gotta. They come first, So I would love to talk Van Halen all day.
Yeah. And we don't want to sound anything other than what we are. We're just a small channel and doing our thing, doing it our way, and being prepared, having something to talk about is a good thing, because there's a lot of stuff to cover. And of course, we're going to be talking about a lot of things. We'll be going over, a couple of things, a couple of eras, a couple of other topics, in the course of doing more shows. But you don't want to be saying the same thing all the time, So that's why it helps having something, planned. I was talking to a good friend of mine the other day who caught up with a couple of our shows on this channel, Kurt, and a local guy, a Kiwi guy, someone that I know through business, and just couldn't believe that guys like us, just ordinary guys, are just offering opinions about albums that we love. Can't believe it. Because it seems like it does take a lot of time. And yes, it does take a bit of time, but, it's not taking like huge amounts of time. Hey, Lenny Lou, good to see you.
Yeah, hey, Lenny Lou. She's becoming a staple on the show as well.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, Lenny.
Yeah.
I'm certainly looking forward to the next 2 shows that we've got, and Brad was kind enough to remind us the other night that the Van Halen 2 and the Van Halen 1 shows are 2 shows. So we've got actually 4 shows to do. Yeah, that's correct, isn't it, bro? We're doing 4 shows because we're going to be doing a background gear talk, and then the ranking of the tracks.
Yeah. They're, I think we decided they're pretty pinnacle albums that we couldn't just brush over and try to cram it in a 2 or 3 hour show. So the plan is to deep dive into the whole album and the time frame and all of that, and then maybe the next show do the rankings. Is that kind of what you're thinking?
Yeah, I think so, because certainly with Van Halen 1, the first album, if you want to talk about that album, you've got to devote time to the gear, because that was revolutionary, wasn't it, Kurt? It was a revolutionary album. So, and we're a guitar show.
The Reverend's got a lot to preach about the gear.
And we're very lucky to have the Rev, because the Rev is the show. Let's face it, the Rev's the show.
I don't know about that. I'm the cherry on top, maybe.
Everything else is just an appendage to it.
No, it's cool. I finally got my Ted Templeton book back from my brother. I had been listening to it on audio.
Can you hold that up so people can? Yeah, people need to get that book.
Yeah, if you don't have this book, get it. I had let my brother borrow it, so I had been listening to it on audio, taking physical notes over the last 3 shows. So I finally got the book back to where, I don't know, for me, I'm kind of a physical guy. I like to have the books in my hand, and I like to flip through them and take notes. Having it on audio just isn't the same to me. I guess maybe if I had some of it on digital format, probably be just as good, but I really like to have the physical book itself and hold it and smell it and look at it, and I can take it anywhere. And yeah, I don't know. I'm old school. I'm kind of an old soul that way.
Oh, I'm like you. I jumped on last night and did over an hour talking about Eric Clapton, and I just went through some of the Clapton books that I've had over the years, and I'm like you, mate. Yes, I have audio. Yes, I have a lot of that stuff on digital too, because if you're away on vacation, you can flick it out on your iPad or your iPhone, but nothing beats that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing. With that being said, Andrew, do you have this book?
I only have that on PDF on digital. Yes, love it.
So I just got this. Martin Popoff. The Unchained User's Manual. I ordered this, and he gave me a nice note in it, because I had been kind of promoting his other book, which, give me a second here. This one.
Yep.
The Visual Biography. I've been promoting it on Instagram and Twitter. So I think he recognized my name when I ordered this book, and he kind of gave me a nice little message. But I've been catching up on this one, and there's actually a lot of in here that I wish I would have had on some of the other shows. Let me give you a few just tidbits here. Top 20 Alex Van Halen moments, top keyboard songs, deep dive into the U.S. festival, the original songs on A Different Kind of Truth. So he talks about all the ones that were left over from the club days and demos, covers done by other bands. Covers done by Van Halen in the club days. He does a whole couple pages on the Frankenstrat. He does a history on tapping. Let's see, the Sam and Dave tour. Just a bunch of stuff. So I haven't even really got into half of this book, but it's a pretty good one. I know we keep talking about this is a must read and you got to get this one, but this is a pretty good book if anyone's looking for another VH biography. So that's a good one. I'm
Yeah,
not sure if you've read it all the way through.
No, I haven't. But I will order a hard copy like you because so I've got it there on digital, which is 310 pages, and it's okay to flick through, but you just miss a lot of the things, you know, that Kurt was just talking about when you're looking at something digital. But I agree with you, and we wouldn't be doing this show any justice if we weren't going to pass on any good information or books or references that we think you guys need to get. But I agree with Brad. And if you guys want to get a digital copy now, you just go to his website. If you don't want to wait for a hard copy, it's pretty simple. It's Unchained, the Van Halen user manual.
User's manual. Yeah.
And definitely get that. I agree with you, Brad. That's that. All these, mate. You got to remember. I've just done 10 hours. I know who you are. You're the Rev.
I know.
Sorry.
Yeah. You just got home from work. You're still on. You're trying to get the low jack down.
I'm trying to decompress, man.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah. No, I agree with you. It's probably. I think it's probably going to be, bro. I think it's probably going to be the book that a lot of guys are going to talk about for a long time. I think it's going to be the book.
Right. Do you have any of the Neil Zlozauer books? The photo books? Uh-oh, he's reaching. That means he's got them. Okay.
I've got that one, and I've got the Eddie one on digital. Yeah. So I've got that on digital.
Yeah, those are two other good ones. Yeah, really, really good books.
So hold your one up, Brad. Kurt, hold it up, and so people can just see that if they need that. So that's available on digital and Kindle as well, guys. If you want to go and get that straight away, I fully recommend that.
Might be on the Van Halen store. One of them is, I know. Or you can go to Neil Zlozauer's website. And I'll flip through a couple pages, Andrew, if you don't mind, just to show these guys. No, let me pick a couple big ones. Of course, which will show. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
This one, which we'll be talking about next week.
Yeah.
That's a classic. I mean, just phenomenal pictures. Neil Zlozauer was right there. He was
right
the
in
one
the
guy
thick
that
of
they
it.
allowed. Look at that.
Yep.
Just incredible. Let me show one more here, and then we'll move on. But let's see. We'll find something good here. Oh, yeah, here's a good one.
Yeah.
So all kinds of great pictures in that book. That's a go-to one for me. I always reach for that one.
And another one, if you want to get another one of his, obviously, is this one here, Visual History, 78 to 84. So check him out. This is available. You can get good cheapish hard copies on eBay, I've seen. So grab them before they start going up.
Yeah. This stuff is only going to go up. And I'll show you this one I just got yesterday. This is actually a magazine, but I kind of call it a book because it doesn't have any advertising in it.
Oh, wow.
Have you seen this one? This is from 2014. And it has, the pictures are just phenomenal in this thing.
Wow.
Let's see here. Yeah, let me show the Van Halen ones, but I guess this is probably the best way to do it. There you go. Look at that. There we go.
Yeah.
Look at those Les Pauls. Okay, I'll show you the 2 Eddie pictures that are in here. I put them on the Discord today. Nice picture of the Frankenstrat, and then a whole description from Eddie about it. And then, of course, why wouldn't, I mean, look at this. Look at that. Jimmy Page's 59 Les Paul. I mean, that's classic.
Hey, Johnny.
Pretty cool. So this is from 2014. Great book.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've seen that, and that won't be too expensive, would it? Being a soft cover.
Yeah, I think I paid $12 for it, maybe.
Yeah. That's good. Johnny's going to go and make dinner. Thank you for popping in, Johnny. It's always a pleasure. We always shout it out to you at the top of the channel. If you guys don't know the Johnny Bean Show, check it out. He is our guru. He's our daddy.
Yeah, I said Johnny Bean was the bushwhacker, and the what else did I call him?
I called him the neutron. I called him the neutron bomb. He's the one that started it all.
Yep, by one click of a mouse.
Bang. Oh, mate. Yeah. Look, I know we keep saying it. But isn't it really exciting that some of this material is coming through now? That we're going to get, some more and more information. And let's not underestimate also the role that fans like ourselves are providing as far as sharing that information. So, I'm a little bit excited for the next couple of shows because without giving too much away, there's a couple of comments that a couple of people have made about gear on those 2 albums, on Van Halen 1 and Van Halen 2, and the Rev, as usual, has been locked away, summoning all the VH powers that he has, all this knowledge seeping into his brain.
Seminary. I've been a seminary. Transcribing the
dark arts. But yeah, I certainly do. I do look forward to the next couple of shows, talking about some of the gear and some of the theories related to the gear on those 2 albums. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and Johnny earlier, I caught the last 30 minutes of his show tonight, talking 80s and guitars. He had a picture of Matt Bruck holding up Eddie's Rude guitar that was hanging in Wolfgang's latest video. And I think Johnny had another picture of one of Eddie's guitar brokers. Either he bought guitars for Eddie or maybe he sold some of Eddie's guitars. I'm not sure, Johnny, if you can chime in. But I always wondered, out of Eddie's guitars, how many of them did he actually buy to collect, or how many of them did he actually buy to actually physically try out and try to use on a record? Because I know he was a big tone chaser, and he really thought those guitars as a tool. He really didn't treat them as, if you or I were to buy a Les Paul custom right now, we wouldn't take that thing probably outside the house, where he...
Didn't he go somewhere and he had these guitars in the back of his ute or in the back of a truck or something like that? They weren't in cases?
Let me show you right now. He went to do a photo shoot, and he threw all these guitars right here.
Hold on.
He threw all these guitars in the back of his truck for a photo shoot. And if anyone knows anything, those aren't just, his backups.
No. They are. the guitars that people would chop left and right hand arms off.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why he has a gate on the front of his house, is because those things. The guy, I don't know. It saddens me that he's no longer here to not ask those questions or find out some of those questions that us nerds want to know. But I always wonder, you see all those guitars that he had upstairs all in cases. How many of them were ones he bought and actually, did he buy them to try them out and try to use them, or did he buy them just to buy them? Which I think.
Can we offer an opinion?
Yeah.
I think he just bought them to play. From what I know, from being a fan of his and what I've picked up over the years, and you know that picture that you've just shown us, mate, and taking pickups out of 59 Les Pauls and swapping them over and
riding 5150 and a 69 Fender Stratocaster with the box knife right in the wood so he could recognize it and knew which one it was.
I think that answers the question, doesn't it? I think that answers the question. I don't think too many of us are going to say that he had them in glass cases. It's isn't it ironic that they're all in glass cases now?
Yeah, I know. Yep. I mean, still, if you read Andrew Bennett's book, Eruption in Canyon, I think either Andrew Bennett or Wolfgang talks about how he just tosses that Frankenstrat on the couch. And someone said if you were to put that thing in auction, it would go for over $100,000.
Yeah, he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe that guitar was just lying there. Couldn't believe it. Right. And he's been involved in the music scene for a while. Andrew, he knew he knew what he was looking at.
Right.
It's not it's not, no disrespect to my 5150 or Kurt's 5150. It's it's not one of those.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. He really did. He looked at him as a tool or a piece of equipment or a fine-tuned hot rod. We talked about it a couple weeks ago on the DiMarzio article where that pickup was broken, and I think that's why he used that guitar so long, was because of the sound he was getting out of it. And he probably tried many guitars in between the time he got it and the time he switched to Ernie Ball, which we'll get into here in a minute. But it was broken and he couldn't duplicate that sound anywhere else. So that's why he stuck with that thing. Because really, before that time, he bounced around between quite a few guitars, in and out between the Frankenstrat and the 5150. He had the Shark, he had the Circles guitar, the Rude guitar, couple Les Pauls. So he bounced around from a few. But once he got that 5150 Kramer, he used much in that time frame outside of that guitar.
That's a good point. That's a very, very good point. And from that, he went to the Music Man. So, and that pretty much sealed the deal, didn't it? And then obviously the PVs, and then onto his own brand. So yeah, the 5150 was pretty much the deal that sealed him just using one guitar. So he probably had a bit of an Steinberger,
which was it did something that the 5150 couldn't do, and as we all know, he only used that on 2 or 3 songs.
Yeah. He definitely hit something when he got onto those guitars. But it's a shame that we can't get Brad here for the midweek show, because as Kurt said, we were going to talk about Ernieballmusicman guitars, And it's interesting. I was having a look over the last couple of days. The prices of them are going up, Kurt. They're going up.
That's why mine's being refretted. And Johnny, I don't know if Johnny's still on here. I think he needs to get his refretted. But yeah, mine's being refretted, and I should have it back tomorrow. Mine's just an Access. It's not a signature EVH guitar, but man, I don't know. That's my oldest guitar that I have, and it's a prized possession. It was a highlight when I made this 5150 this year, but that Ernie ball, man, is like something else. And hopefully I could showcase it when I get it, but mine's a little bit different than everyone else's. I have mine's got a Godot bridge on it. It's not stamped Music Man, it's stamped Godot. Have you ever seen those? Yeah? Okay. No, you haven't. Yeah, so it's got a Godot bridge, which looks just like the Music Man's, but it doesn't have a Music Man stamp on it.
Wow.
And I'm a little nervous to see the frets when it gets back, because the neck's like perfect. But he promised me that it won't change the effect of the neck. I couldn't afford to get stainless frets, so we put back in. I think they're jumbos. They're in those, right?
Yeah,
medium jumbo.
Yeah, mediums. And you know what? I wouldn't put stainless steels in them either. I'd keep it pretty much straight, standard myself. My one's a 97, and I don't think it's been refretted. Hasn't been played a lot, but the frets are fine. That's one of the first things that we look at when we look at buying a second-hand guitar. We check the frets, don't we? And yeah, so I look forward to hearing from you how that feels, because I think it's going to feel a little bit different. I think. What year is your Music Man?
2002, 2003.
Yeah, it's going to feel like a new. It'll feel like a new neck, won't it? It will. It will. Because you've got the new frets, and it'll take a little while before you get your mojo into it. But I wouldn't put stainless.
I had to replace the three-way switch. That's about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I couldn't find one with. At the time when I bought it, I got the switch done locally. That he put a black. It's got a black screw-on knob.
Yeah.
And the stock one's got like a stainless or aluminum. I don't know what. And I cannot find the right thread to switch that one out to stainless or aluminum or whatever.
No.
I can't find. I bought three online, and all of them are the wrong thread. So I'm almost
have to take it to
replace the switch again.
Yeah, or find a local engineer and get something tuned. I know a couple of guys have done that, because on a couple of forums they've mentioned that in the past. So, but a couple of guys were lucky to have friends who were engineers. Might just be easier to do it that way.
Ones I've bought and they just don't fit. The thread's not the right size, but because I want to try to get back to original.
You collect metal selector knobs.
Nipples.
Nipples. Metal nipples. That's for when you dress up as a punk rocker. You can just put them on there.
Yeah. Or C3PO. Have you talked to Brad? How's his guitar? Has he played it much?
No. Well, look, we talk all the time, and he's busy, extremely busy with work. So he loves it. He loves it. But he's a guy that's got to spend a bit of time, a guy like me can play half an hour a night, but, I think for him to really enjoy and get something out of it, it's, got to be a good session, good couple of hours. Hey, Sonia, good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Looks like Johnny has replaced his three-way switch a couple times, and he said he used to be able to order from Ernie Ball when he worked at a guitar store, but yeah, I mean, a switch costs $10. I want to say the ones I tried to get either were too wide for the hole or too deep, and that's the only one he could get. So yeah, I need to find an Ernie Ball, a Ernie Ball switch. But
oh wow,
yeah, there's I could have worse problems, right?
Yeah. Yeah, look, I'm like you. I'm a fan of them. I think Axis guitars are going to go up in value as the the signature models become more and more sought after. Rightly so. It's just the way it was always going to be when Eddie passed away. Anything that has a signature on it, just remarkable, isn't it? That a couple of weeks before he passed, they were just a dime a dozen,
Yeah, you could get a EX or an Access for less than $2,000. They were
really
$1,200 to $1,500,
wow.
Right? American.
Yeah. That's still pretty cheap because some of them now are what, 18,000 American, 24,000.
Right. So who do we have in the chat? We got Warren, Sonia, Brian Spalding. I know Brian's a Gibson player. I know Johnny's got the signature Ernie Ball. I was going to see if anyone's got an Access to kind of talk about the difference between their Ernie Ball and Access. I get a 3-pitch.
There's some good advice.
Yeah, there you go.
There's some good advice from Sonia.
So one thing I heard is the changes that they went from the Ernie Ball to the Access were changes that they were going to make anyway. Like they were already in place with Eddie. Fattening the neck to eliminate that slip on the high E string. Moving the toggle switch to a different spot, and when Eddie made the Peavey, he put it over on the other horn, and Ernie Ball put it down towards the tone knob or volume knob. But so there was the toggle switch, there was fattening the neck, and there was one more thing. Oh, the belly cut was the other thing they were going to do to it. And what I've read, or what I read this somewhere, and this might have been 10 some years ago, that the belly cut, moving the toggle switch, and fattening the neck were things that they had in place already before Eddie switched to Peavey. So I know those are the three major things that people talk about have changed since they went from Ernie Ball from signature to Access. But those are the three differences, and I consider them probably improvements, unless you have a signature, series and you're prevalent to that model versus the Access. So I don't know, Johnny, what do you think? The neck is different.
Yeah, I think you're right from what I've heard too in the research that I did. I was looking at getting a ernieballmusicman myself. One guy was selling one locally on like a Trade Me thing, which is like a New Zealand wide eBay, beaten up purple one, and he wanted $2,000 for it, and it was beaten up, and I was going to buy it, but it was removed. It was taken off. But I'll tell you something though, if one does come along locally and it's around 2.5, 3, maybe $3.5 grand, Kurt, I'll buy it
Yeah.
I will if I can get it for a good price locally. I won't buy anything on Reverb, paying any of those crazy prices. But I agree with you. The research that I've done, and I'm not a music man nut at all. Those things that you've highlighted were definitely things in the pipeline. So improvements, yeah. But I've never played the original one, to comfortably say that they are improvements. Have you played one?
Yeah. I've played one. A buddy of mine has one. He's got one just like Johnny's. He's got the what do you call it? The flame. He's got the flame finish on his, and the neck is fatter.
Wow.
Higher down versus the signature. You can really tell the difference. But it's pretty close. I had mine, and we swapped them back and forth. Up top or on the lower part of the neck, you got the opposite, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Up top, it's the same. The other thing too, and I didn't know this, there's that dent on the 4th fret that everyone talks about. I didn't know about that dent until I started watching the Johnny Bean show. So I didn't know to look for that. When we felt the difference on the two, but on mine, I can't find it on mine. So I don't know if they eventually took it away or if it's so barely much of a difference that you can't feel it. I don't know. But do you feel that spot on the 4th fret on yours?
No, but I'll tell you something. I'll grab it soon. If the original neck is thin, and by all accounts it is, gosh, it must be thin, because my Axis neck is one of the thinnest necks I've ever played. It's remarkable, and I'm lucky because I've got small hands too. So that's one of the reasons why I love that guitar, Kurt. Because especially when you're up here, it's just beautiful. When you're playing chords up by the nut, it's just fantastic. It just feels like a hand and a glove. That asymmetrical neck, it's just, there's nothing like it.
No, it's amazing, and that's one of the things I love about that guitar is the cowboy chords up top. It's just you feel at home on them.
Yeah. Look, I love it. When you're just doing chords up here, it's just beautiful.
Have you done anything to that neck? Have you touched it have you cleaned it, or you haven't done anything to it? Yeah, me either. Mine's like yellow.
I've done nothing. All I've done is just put the 5150 on there, and these.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, and always mandatory whip off that. What do you call this?
Back plate.
Piece of plastic.
Do you know what I use that for?
Tell me.
I put it underneath my bridge when I change my strings.
Oh, wow.
So when I change my strings, I put it under, I use it as a shim underneath my strings. I put it underneath there in that spot.
Oh, yeah.
When I change my strings, it doesn't, the Floyd doesn't press up against the body, and because it can, depending on how tight your springs are, it can dent the body. So I use that as a shim, I guess. That's what I use mine for. But yeah, they come off. And one of the reasons Eddie takes those off is he says it helps the guitars breathe. Some of his guitars aren't finished back there, some of his newer ones. And he says some of the natural wood need to breathe. Of what I've read is he says it helps the bodies breathe a little bit when you have that plate off.
Oh, that
Who
makes
knows?
sense. That makes perfect sense. Johnny says the wear area is on the EVH, not the axis, so that's probably why I can't feel it.
Yeah. So Johnny,
but
and I
cross
don't know.
fingers.
Yeah, you can chime in the chat, Johnny, if you know. But so they matched the symmetrical neck, just the maybe measurements of it. When they did the axis, it's just not exact. CNC machine like the signature was, because the signature had, they matched it to the 5150, and that thing was worn down. And I think either Eddie or Paul Unkert had sand neck, and it wasn't a factory shape. They had actually altered the shape of that neck a little bit, and then of course it probably wore down a little bit through the years. But the Ernie Ball signature was the exact same shape as that 5150.
I reckon he probably sanded a lot of that back too, Kurt. On the 5150, he would have grabbed a sanding block and just, helped get that asymmetrical, because, you have to play a guitar for a long, long time for it to wear down. Yes, you're going to get wear, but I think he got a sanding block, Kurt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just a theory.
Yeah, and maybe Paul Unkert may have sanded it for him. I think on Johnny's show he did 4 or 5 years ago, he talked about how Paul knew how Eddie liked the neck, and I want to say they kind of had the same hand size. Their hand size was the same, and he had shaped a neck for Eddie, and Eddie says, "That's the way I like it," and he sanded 3 or 4 necks for him that way. So, but anyway,
awesome.
They're a special guitar. I'm kind of in the same boat as Johnny is. The '91 era. When that guitar came out, it was the old, that was the first real official Eddie signature guitar that ever came out. In fact, I got a advertisement here which we'll show real quick.
That's the one.
Yeah,
that's the one, brother.
Yeah, look at that. This is 92. This is another great one if anyone is looking for Eddie magazines. This thing's chocked full. I think the whole magazine's all Eddie.
It's mandatory.
Yeah,
but that's ridiculously priced too now. You go on eBay and have a look at the prices of that magazine over the last 3 or 4 months. Tripled in price.
Yeah. So here's a cool one.
Yeah, you got to have one.
Oh, you got it. You got it too. There it is.
I've had this since 92 when it came out.
Yeah. But I remember watching Live Right Here, Right Now. Seeing the band on their music videos, but the TV music awards where they played live, seeing that guitar, and Eddie always said, "It's not anything sweet to look at, but it does everything I want it to do." And I remember reading an article way back when that he said he can use that guitar all show and really not have to do anything with it. And I think that's one of the things that he liked is he didn't have to switch guitars, because we all know that he doesn't like to switch guitars mid-show. If it was up to him, he would play one the whole time. I don't know if it was, the way his hand was on the neck. He didn't like to switch, but he would stick. He would change guitars maybe one or two songs usually, and that was it. Very rare. Most musicians aren't like that.
I just loved it when I saw it, Kurt. I loved the shape. I just loved it. The the design of the headstock when it came, I just, like a lot of us, I think I just fell in love with it, Kurt. I would have committed heinous crimes to have had one.
Do you know the story behind that headstock shape with the 4 and 2?
So that's all I know is that it is patented to Music Man, Ernie Ball. That's all I know. So if you've got some information, share it, brother.
No, I don't know. I remember reading something about the strain on your hands when you tune a guitar 6 all the way up. Apparently, when you change directions, it's easier on your hand. But I don't know. I just thought it was odd, the 4 and 2 versus 3 and 3, and why they did that. I don't know.
I was always under the impression it was just, Music Man's thing. It was just something that they could do to patent, which is really important when you're producing a product. If I'm mistaken, that's one of the reasons why he couldn't take that design 4 and 2 design when he went to Peavey. And you're probably the best person to answer this. He wanted to take that design, didn't he? That was something that he would have liked to have carried over.
He did, and that's the only thing you can patent is the headstock. You can't patent the body shape. So the patent laws for guitars is you can only patent the headstock. You can't patent the body. So when he did the Peavey, since he couldn't do the 4 and 2, he told Hartley Peavey, I want the flying V shape. And they said, well, we can't because it's patented. And so he said, well, let's get it as close as we can. So they made something similar to the flying V, but Hartley Peavey thought it looked too close to the flying V. So then he took the sander to the top of it and sanded that scoop in. And Ed liked it. And so that's what they stuck with. But then when Eddie went to EVH from Fender, they couldn't take the scoop. So he did the exact same headstock, but instead of having a scoop, they cut it out. So just enough.
Give me a bandsaw. I'm going to put it on the bandsaw.
yeah. Or a jigsaw.
Grab me that jigsaw. There's this Dutch guy, doing what Dutch guys do, right. I've said that before, all my Dutch friends, mate, if there's something that needs to be fixed, my Dutch friends and their dads would fix it, but they will use anything around them to get it going. They won't go and buy something. Yeah.
Right. And I know the 5150 Kramer headstock was that thing was after the Explorer. He loved the headstock on that Explorer, and he told Kramer, I want this headstock, and that was like hand cut.
Do you have a preference?
Between the Kramer and the Ernie Ball?
Between any of them?
Man. Well, I don't I have I got a Strat style, I got a Kramer hockey stick, and I have a Les Paul, and then my Ernie Ball, which is in the shop. I would say probably the Ernie Ball. The reason I like it, the tuning pegs are small and they're really close together. And then I love the cutout when you go to the last 2 high strings. It's perfect for your fingers.
Yeah, I've had a Peavey, I've had a Wolfgang made in Japan that I regret selling now. I regret it, man.
Yeah, I want to get a Peavey.
That sucks. Oh, why did I do that? And I've got my Axis, and it's look, it's no surprise, Kurt. I just, If I could magically turn this into a signature or a what is it, EX?
Yeah. So Johnny, if he's still in here, I'm not a professional player and I don't tune my guitar 5 times a day, so it's not that muscle memory. But one thing I like about the Axis is sometimes for me when I'm tuning, I have to do a double take on which string I'm tuning to which string I'm touching with my hand, just because my brain doesn't work that way. With the Ernie ball, I know which string I'm on because of the 4 and 2. It's just really easy for me to separate that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. It's almost dummy proof, if that's fair to say.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not a pro either. I just muck around with a couple of friends and play here in the man cave. It'll be interesting to check in with Brad to see how he's gotten on with changing his strings and doing some adjustments on his Music Man, because I've been giving him a bit of advice, and my advice is pretty easy. You know what my advice is?
Just do it.
Yeah. If you go through a couple of sets of strings because you haven't, just do it. And I was like that too. I was like that, Kurt. I'm pretty good at stringing a normal guitar, my Strats, my Les Pauls, no problem. I can do it, mate. I can fiddle around with the bridges, no problem. But I was a little bit scared. But the adjustments that I've made on that one there gave me the confidence, and I did that pretty well. I couldn't believe actually how I got the neck really straight just by fiddling with that little bolt that they have. I even changed the Floyd Rose. I took off the Mexican Floyd Rose and put a German Floyd Rose on there myself.
Who needs Dave Nesdahl?
Yeah, well, if he lived in my same town,
Dave who?
Yeah. But, to be fair, I got a few tips off Johnny Bean's show, watching these other guys, and, they all said the same thing too. Dave Nestle said, just do it. Have a go.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen?
I do mine one at a time, just so you don't get all wonky and because you just never know what's going to happen with the pull on it. So I always do one at a time. I take my time. I started, you were about this string dressing?
Hey, Jeff. Oh, my gosh. What is that? Looks like a battery.
You ever see?
No.
So you rub it on your strings after you get done playing, and then wipe it down with this cloth, and it's supposed to take all the oils off the strings, and it's supposed to keep it clean, and it's proven to make your strings last twice as long. So I don't know, anyone in the chat use GHS Fast Fret. It's a string cleaner and lubricant. I just got it.
Awesome. I'm looking forward. I'll have to check it out. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be changing your strings all the time when you got a Floyd Rose. That's why I use coated strings too myself, because you get a little bit more use out of the coated strings.
Yeah, it looks like
we had Cobra Kai in the chat too.
Yeah, where'd he go?
Cobra Kai, I don't know, but show us your Cobra Kai t-shirt. I would normally be wearing my Cobra Kai t-shirt. I'm sorry.
But you got a new one. You got your wings.
Yeah, but I'll definitely on the Saturday shows that we do with the full complement of hosts is when I'm going to be wearing my May the Tone t-shirt. So thank you, thank you, Kurt, and thank you, Cobra Kai, for the t-shirt.
We're him and I are going to working on another 5150 show t-shirt for the future. So real quick, he's still here. Good. I made a list of my social media buddies that just off the top of my head that all have either Axises or Ernie balls. So I want to do a quick shout out to those folks. So Jeremy White, you know who that is? The DJ in Canada. He's the one that put the Pariah pound cakes in his, and he did the comparison. Jake Tanis, he just picked up one. He's out of Detroit. I enjoy watching his stuff. Of course, Brad Cook. Rob Johnson has a few. Johnny Bean, of course. Craig Stofko from CHS Guitars. He has a couple of ernieballmusicmans. And he's always posting pictures. He's the guy, apparently, if you ever want to get yours redone, he's the guy to go to. Craig Stofko, CHS Guitars. Anthony Sajazi, he has a couple. I think Dave Nesdahl still has one, maybe. And Michael Smith. So anyone else I may have not mentioned that you know that has an Ernie ball? And of course, Fender as well. Can't forget him.
Yeah. I think, yeah, seriously, guys, if you are interested in one, and if you don't want to pay the big coin for the signature guitars, you know, and grab them. You won't regret it. They just feel good. They're so different. The way that they fit on you, you can sit on your couch and you can plug your headphones in and it just feels good. It's not up here, it's down here. It's just, yeah, it's a pretty good guitar.
Good balance, you know, the neck's not super heavy so it doesn't dive. Yeah, it's Lenny Lou has a red one. There we go. Wow, I'd like to see that thing. I like the off-colored ones, the red and blue, pink, and green. I got a couple photos we'll show here in a little bit of some, but awesome, Lenny Lou. How long have you had yours, Lenny?
Red would be the one that I would get after the gold. I love the red one too. You know, those photos with the red, it's just, look at that. Kurt's going to show. Look, he's going to drive us crazy. Here we go.
It's
that.
Barely in the corner here, but
yeah.
no. Let me get a good photo here. Give me a second.
Okay. Yeah. I love them. Just always wanted one when they.
All right, give me a second.
You're going to share?
Yeah.
Cool. And don't forget, guys, share our channel, please. We're trying to grow our channel. End of April, we're going to pick somebody to win a Van Halen t-shirt from the Van Halen store. We'll pay for it and we'll ship it, and you can pick any t-shirt design you want. Easy, and all you have to do is just sub to the channel.
All right, can you see that?
No. Nothing coming up, brother.
Give me a second
here. It should come straight up through here. While you're doing that, I'm just going to flick some information here on the channel. So if you guys haven't already subscribed, there's Kurt on Instagram, easy, at Kurt5150. Kurt's posting a lot of information about what he's doing on his channel, but also updates on what we do here. And there is Brad, our co-host, Brad Cook Music. Follow Brad. And again, updates on what Brad's doing and channel updates for what we get up to over here. There we go.
And that one's signed by Eddie down there by the bridge. Look at that thing.
Can you use your mouse and just magnify that? Can you go up and magnify it? Please?
Yeah, give me a second here.
No problem.
Like that?
Yeah. Look at that. That's it, baby.
Man, that thing's beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's go through some of these photos.
Please do.
So this is Scott Smith's collection. You know who that is?
Yep. Can you magnify that? Is there for us, please? Okay, mate. What a collection. Wow.
He makes Rob Johnson look like an ant hill.
Look at that. Look at that.
page 1 of Scott Smith. So he's got, you see the Ripley right there in the middle, the wood colored one, the 5150, the double neck. One of my favorites is that purple Kramer. He's got the pre-taped and taped.
Wow.
I don't know why I put his pictures in here. I just wanted to share them. So here's some more. Let me see if I can zoom in on this, Andrew. Give me a second.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, wow.
I love the Flying V.
Oh, mate, you can't go wrong with a Flying V, can you? Everybody loves a Flying V.
And then he's got the yeah, that thing just sticks out like a sore thumb, doesn't it? In that crowd,
like a beautiful sore thumb.
Yeah, it is.
Like that big fat sore thumb.
He's got the double ernieballmusicman in the wine red up there in the corner, which is beautiful next to his amber, and he's got a Steinberger there too as well. So. And then the black Kramer there next to the Flying V, that's the one that Eddie had in the Kramer ad. Of course, he has the circles and the Rasta right next to each other because they were both one and the same, right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Do you have a preference? Well, you've got... no, you don't have a circles. You've got...
Yeah, I don't have either, but I like the circles better than the Rasta.
Me too.
Okay, so I'm going to start over here in these photos. Might as well just do this while I'm got it open.
Okay.
All right. Some of these are small.
That's okay. You can magnify it.
This I thought was a cool photo because you see the Soldano in the back. This was early 91. Either during the Music Man premiere. I'm not sure if Johnny's still in here. He may know. But this was probably right around the time they were recording Forunlawfulcarnalknowledge, or after they were done recording it before it was released.
Yeah.
So, and that's his main baby right there. Before he had the neck pickup switched, before he put the 5150 tape on it. And tell me if you've seen some of these, Andrew, and we can skip them. But this is a cool live shot with the VH lights in the background.
Love that.
Yeah. I don't like these small ones. I wish I would have kind of cropped these up a little bit. So that's, I think, the Hard Rock, where he donated a guitar. It's him singing, which is kind of cool. I think I have a few shots of this. There's one of Al holding his guitar, and Eddie's holding Al's sticks. That's kind of cool. Goofballs.
Oh yeah, I love that one too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you have any of those shoes?
Oh man, I'd love a pair. Look at them.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was cool, man. That white V-neck. He was on top of the world right there, right?
Oh, here we go. Go back.
That one?
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's I got a few of those. I got a few of this photo shoot.
Isn't that cool? Look at that
balance.
Smile. Yeah, man.
Hopefully he was sober then. Right?
Sunglasses, cool haircut going on.
Frosted tips.
Yeah, man.
That reminds me of Wolfgang in that video where he puts a t-shirt when they're playing tug of war with the dogs. With the dog in the driveway. That was right around the same time when he had that haircut. Let's show this one real quick. He's got the cowboy boots on. I don't know where that's at, but it's a pretty cool shot. Let's see here. All right, you can see that one. That's got to be at some sort of rehearsal.
Gotta be.
I'm trying to think. So Al has the handlebar mustache, but Eddie has the 51. I think that must be live right here, right now, maybe. That era, wouldn't you say?
Easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Johnny's
don't
saying it's
think
at 5150.
Oh, that is?
Mm.
Yeah, it's a cool shot. See his drill down here by the underneath the what are those drums there? The wooden ones.
Congas.
Congas. Do you see the drill underneath the congas?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a cool shot. It's just a magazine cover. Okay, let's zoom in on this one.
It's Johnny Bean. When he had hair.
Yeah. Oh, look at that thing.
I'm sure there's a photo like that with Johnny Bean on one of his social media platforms.
There is. I posted one on the Discord a couple months ago. Okay, here's the one I showed a while back.
Johnny still has hair, just he cuts it short, that's all.
He tucks it underneath his taxi hat.
Yeah.
Look at the neck pickup in that thing. So you remember when we were doing the Marzio show where he talked about how he was going to have a Seymour Duncan in the neck?
Yep.
And the DiMarzio on the bridge. I wonder if this was one of those, or if this was later and he threw something in. I think that's that purple guitar that he has been on a few covers on.
Yeah, good point.
This is, of course, his last tour guitar. I thought I would just throw this on here because that's just a cool picture. Not a lot of people have seen this picture, but that's actually his hanging at 5150 Studios after his last tour.
Mm-hmm.
Between the time he passed and whenever. So that's a beauty. Okay, this is a rare one. You guys have all seen the picture that he did in front of the truck. This is it's a little blurry. Sorry, guys, but that's the striped 5150 truck that he did in the magazine. But he was posed in front of it with the striped Ernie ball, and this one he's got a black Ernie ball, and he's sitting on the cab. That's a cool one. Have you ever seen that one, Andrew?
No.
Yeah, it's a little blurry, but it's a cool photo. I couldn't not throw it in there. And guys, I have like 5,000 photos, I think, on a hard drive that I've been collecting since the 2000s.
Yeah, I've always loved that guitar.
Yeah, that's trying to figure out what year this is. Let me see if I can zoom in. Johnny probably had this magazine. It's too small to see, but that's early 91, August 91. So probably just after the tail end of their tour.
Yeah, that's a cool photo too.
Yeah, there's another one, Andrew.
Yeah, I love that photo shoot. Love it.
It's got the cigarette and the headstock.
Oh, dirty cigarettes.
I know.
We hate cigarettes. There's Johnny Bean again.
What happened there? There we go. Johnny Bean with the work boots and the jeans.
And then
the girls in the back. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Oh, look at that.
Have you ever played one of those?
No. I've never even played a double neck ever.
Wow, I wonder what it would be like. I've played Epiphone SG double neck. Man, I didn't like it at all.
Yeah. No, it's like holding Yeah, it's just a big old piece of equipment. But this one's funny. Is this a baritone? Right? This wasn't a 12 string, right? It was a baritone, and then it's
correct.
It's a regular 6 string. But it's funny the baritone doesn't have a Floyd.
Pow!
And look at the neck. You see how worn out or dirty the regular 6 string is, and then the baritone's pretty clean.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you right there how often, he used this on Spanked and Man on a Mission, maybe, and that's it.
Were they commercially available, Kurt? Those double necks?
No.
Okay.
And Johnny will probably correct me, but I think it was those 2 songs he used that guitar on.
Why didn't they make them commercially available? There wasn't a market?
Man, they had a hard enough time keeping up with the demand of the regular ones. I just don't think they had the infrastructure to keep up with what they had going. Yeah.
Well, isn't it interesting then that EVH didn't come out with double neck guitars then, when you consider the manufacturing capacity they have under the Fender umbrella? Maybe it's something to come. Who knows?
He never used the double neck after the Live Right Here Right Now tour. He stopped using it. And you know him, it was all about what he needed to get the job done.
I love that photo. Love that photo,
Johnny
Kurt,
Bean.
that you showed.
There's Johnny Bean with a hat on.
Gate crashing.
He's a little sweaty now in the shirt. That's a good looking guitar though, man. It's cool to see. All right, let's see. Here's another one.
It's hard for me to pick that between that and the 5150. I can't pick, man. I can't pick.
No, it's it's an even battle. It's an even battle.
I can't pick,
look
brother.
Look how much fun he's having.
Oh. Born to play.
This is a cool one. I don't want to close the headstock, but this is a Ernie Ball gold top with the natural headstock.
Yep.
The one he had in the Live Right Here Right Now photo shoot had a black headstock. This one's bare wood, but I like that gold. That gold's beautiful.
Yeah, isn't it interesting? I had another conversation with a good friend of mine last year, and we were talking about painted headstocks matching the bodies. I don't like them on the Fenders. I just like the nice, the Fender headstock, how it's plain. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine a Musicman without a painted headstock.
No, me either. And that's what was cool is when I remember that ad with all the colored ones, how they all matched, because that was different. I guess Kramer did it too, but the wood was showing through. It wasn't just solid paint.
Hey, Charlie.
And then
I love that poster too.
Yeah, this is famous advertisement back in the day.
Who didn't have that poster?
Yeah. I sure did.
I love that. What an era.
Most people seen this one. It's cool. The Wolf Van Halen license plate. That's a stop tailpiece Ernie Ball, which wasn't ever a factory aftermarket piece. So that's kind of a rare one.
See how Eddie's carrying a bit of weight there too? Looking a bit healthy.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh
man, I don't know why these are so small, but
I love that.
Yeah.
So your mission, the Rev, is to grow a haircut like that.
I had one back in The early 2000s. I'll send you a photo.
Okay. Do you really want to send it to me?
Can I send it to you and then it automatically deletes after 5 seconds, so you can't do anything with it?
Well, you can actually. You can on Instagram. You can.
Okay, that's what I'll do. Yeah, we saw that one. I'm just gonna go through here so we're not wasting time. Have you seen this one?
Too. Yeah, I love that.
That's a cool one.
Oh.
He brought back the jumpsuit for a small period of time in 91. Look at that.
Mm.
This is a cool
one. I love that photo.
One. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just looks like a badass.
Oh.
It's got his original mark up top.
Yeah.
And then Peavey 5150 underneath it. That was a massive sound.
Oh.
Massive sound.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think that's phenomenal.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, see,
now,
what I liked about
these...
Yeah. Okay. There's no red in there. They got a pink. Honestly, I would take the blue one or the black one.
I'll take
purple
gold.
one's pretty cool too.
Okay. Well, you've given me the gold one. Thank you. You're such a good brother. Thank you. The 5150s look after each other.
You already have a gold one.
Oh, I'm greedy. I just look. You know, when you go to bed at night sometimes, and you close your eyes and you see images of things.
Sugar plums dancing in your head.
You see images of things. Sugar plums dancing in my head, and gold top. and translucent gold musicman guitars.
Tabasco burst.
Well, with comfort cuts too.
Yeah. That's a cool photo. They could have imagine if they would have had the capacity of Fender or Gibson, and they would have made 5,000 to 10,000 of these a year. That's a Wolfgang, Peaveywolfgang. I just like the photo, so I threw it in there. Here we go. This is a good one.
Oh yeah, look at that.
This is from one of the tours, probably from Unlawful Carnal Knowledge.
I'd say so.
Yeah, that black one almost looks brown in light. You know, I've never seen one in person, so I don't know exactly how the finish looks, but it looks pretty cool there.
Yeah, brother.
And then Brad, we know he loves the honey burst.
Yeah. Hey, Simon.
We're lucky he's not on here. He'd probably have to time out. The bathroom break. That's a classic. Yeah. And you know the story behind the Soldano with that ostrich skin.
Yeah. Tell the story for them.
So he was at Mike Soldano's shop, and he ordered his first one, and he needed it immediately, and they were going to build it for him. And he flipped through the swatch book for finishes on the cover, and he said, "Give me the ugliest one that doesn't sell the most." And he's like, "Well, it's this ostrich," and it was like this teal blue, and it had like little dimples in it, like warts. And then he says, "Perfect, I'll take that." And he's like, "Really? You want this ostrich? No one buys that." And he said, "That's what I want." That's what they made, and then I think they painted the stripe ones for him. But yeah, he picked the ugliest, least selling color. out of the swatch. That was Eddie. Totally was Eddie.
And,
he didn't care.
And Eddie's looking healthy there too.
He is. That's what do they call that when you have a baby? You get like an extra 10 pounds because
puppy fat.
Yeah. I'm gonna zoom in on this one. This is a classic picture with the Staldano, the super lead, and the Peavey with the two Ernieballmusicmans with that black one again, or brown, whatever you want to call it. Of course, there's the advertisement. There was posters like crazy for that. That's a classic photo as well. Barely see the D tuna hanging out off the E string there. Oh, this is pictures off the 5150 tour. I don't know why I threw these in here, but I like this photo right here. Check that out. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Man, if I could go back in time, that's where I would go. Screw 1984. Screw 1984. I'd go to 86. I'm not sure where that is. Buffalo, maybe?
Okay.
And then here's some photos of Eddie done for a magazine a couple years, maybe a year before they went on the last tour. And they were just really, really good photos of Eddie that I just wanted to share with everyone if they haven't seen them. Really cool shots. Too cool not to share if you're an Eddie fan. That's his rig behind stage. There's a couple shots of Ernie Ball from a Japanese magazine. There's DiMarzio himself with Eddie with the pink Music Man. Of course, that one's classic. I think we're rounding up. Here's another one in the jumpsuit. Johnny Bean
again.
I like this one right here. I think this 90, 98, 99 maybe. Eddie just looks good there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a cool photo. All right, that's it.
So the red one is the one that you would have?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Look, Brad, if you've managed, brother, to get to an hour and 30 minutes on your show. This was supposed to be your show.
Right.
We'll have to reschedule a midweek show later on. We've got more coming up, obviously. Kurt and I and Brad will be doing the 4 shows for Van Halen 1, Van Halen 2. Look forward to those shows. Those shows should be interesting and informative and entertaining. So make sure you follow everybody. I'm going to just put these banners up here again for anybody that's watching a replay. So we'll even put, there's Simon. He's on Instagram, so get Simon's social media account going. Simon Williams 33.
Simon, what time is it in the UK right now? Good morning.
It's about 7:30, 8:30 in the morning for him, I think. There's Brad Cook Music. And there's the Rev. Easy. Absolutely easy.
Yep.
And then when you follow them on Instagram, you can find out where they are on other social media platforms because, they're sharing everything that they do on other platforms, as well as, keeping you guys informed and entertained with what we do here on this channel, which is always good.
I keep it easy. I stick to Instagram. I do Twitter once in a blue moon, and the Johnny Bean Discord, which is the mainstream of all social medias.
Well, these things take a bit of time, and when you've got busy life, when you're doing things, so, I dig it.
Are we going to have a drawing here pretty soon for a t-shirt?
Yes, we are. Yeah, we are. So, we said 6 weeks ago, so that's probably, Kurt, Brad and I were talking about that a couple of days ago. So that's in April. What we'll do is when we'll get together and we'll release that date. But we're not liars. We're honest. This channel was an honest channel. We will be drawing a name. And obviously the competition is about drawing attention to the channel and what we want to achieve here. To get some subs up, so that's worked. We do look forward to you guys helping us share the channel on your social media accounts. Just so these guys are worth a look, only if you think so.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to doing Van Halen 2 here in a week and a half, and hope everyone has a great Easter. And yeah, thanks for letting Andrew and I crash your guys's what is it? Tuesday night, Wednesday night, whatever continent you live in, or those who watch on playback.
Yeah, and book 3 hours minimum for part 1 of the Van Halen 2. I can't see us doing anything less than that, Yeah. And then we'll do the rankings. So the rankings is probably the easiest, but, going through and giving that information. And I've seen the preparation that the Rev has been doing for that show. And, this is one of the reasons why we're here, to get that information and, to share it. So we're lucky to have the Rev here to give us all those things.
Yeah, thank you. And I was going to talk to you when we get ready to do Van Halen 1, a friend of the channel, James Gum. He just got a sitar, and I asked him if he could show it on the show, since that's what Eddie used on Ain't Talking About Love. So he, depending on which show, we're going to have him pop in and show his sitar. He posted a couple pictures on the Discord. I don't know. Have you seen it?
Yeah. After I split from here and go and eat, I'll go and check it out. Thank you. Thank you for the heads up.
It looks just like the one Eddie used.
Okay. Cheers, Lenny. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hold on. I'm going to present Kurt. Hold on.
Let me get back there.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, Matt. I'm a bit slow.
Just like Eddie's, the one he used on Ain't Talking About Love. So James Gum, he picked one up, something he's been in the works for quite a while. And I thought it'd be cool to highlight that guitar, since we're going to be doing the Van Halen 1 deep dive. It would be cool to actually see one and maybe have him plug it in and strum a couple chords so we can kind of hear what it sounds like, if that's cool with you.
Yeah. Without giving too much information away, how much would something like that cost?
We'll ask him. I think a couple thousand.
Wouldn't be cheap.
Yeah. He said he can't. He says he can't put it down since he's got it. It's under. If you go to the Johnny Bean Discord, it's under guitar collections. You'll see the thread.
I'll check it out, man. I appreciate the heads up, brother. Yeah. I'll check it out. And wow, I've never seen anything like that ever
me either.
in real life. Have you?
Me either. No. Nope. Most people don't even know that he used that in that song, but it'd be cool to kind of highlight it, I think. Yeah.
I'm amazed.
Well,
The
I gotta
things
get
you
up.
find for us.
I know. I gotta get up in 5 hours and drive to Seattle.
Okay, brother. Okay,
So
brother.
I'm gonna,
Look, hour and a half. Hour and a half was always the schedule. Thank you, brother, for hanging out with us. Say goodbye to everybody. Be safe, and we'll catch you guys soon.
Should we say goodbye to everyone in the who do we have here? We got Jeff T, Johnny Bean, Lenny Lou, Simon Williams, Sonia. Anyone else I'm missing?
All the cool people. All the cool people are here.
Brian Spalding, he was on for a while. Cobra Kai, Platoon.
Teresa.
Teresa, Music Therapy Laz, Warren, Sonia. So thank you guys. Appreciate the support. Share the channel. Yeah. Rock and roll.
Be cool.
Pasadena,